Well, our news presenter Sam Francis is here to explain it all to us. Morning to you, Sam.
Yes, good morning to you both. So how did AI, a report from a watchdog, and this man's job on the line end up becoming such a complicated and fascinating story? Well, it began back in November when West Midlands Police banned Maccabi Tel Aviv fans from travelling to Aston Villa in Birmingham, saying that that game was high risk. They said it was about safety and protecting fans, now turning into a full-blown crisis of trust in police. They also said that the Israeli supporters themselves were the threat at that match. That inevitably sparked an outcry, and now a police watchdog report has ripped that decision apart. So in that report, it overstated the danger and relied on bad intelligence, including one key claim that was completely made up by AI. That suggested that a supposed match between Maccabi Tel Aviv and West Ham had taken place and proved that there would be potential problems at this other match against Aston Villa. Well, we now know that that was in fact what's been described as an AI hallucination in that police report, but it did end up in not only the report itself, but a police risk assessment too. Now, at the centre of it all is a man called Craig Guilford, and his job really is on the line this morning. We heard earlier from the Health Secretary saying that he thinks he could well be gone by the end of the day. That is because he denied in front of MPs that any AI had been used in the intelligence gathering process. Here's what he had to say.
The one assertion in relation to the West Ham is completely wrong. That's as a result, I'm told, of some social media scraping that was done, and that is wrong. That was one element in a document which was 8 to 9 pages long. But I say very candidly, that element was wrong, but that element had no material impact on that document whatsoever.
Well, the political pushback has certainly been strong. A report finding, according to the Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, well, she said it was damning and shows confirmation bias. As I mentioned earlier, we also heard from the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, who had this to say about the whole situation.
I don't expect people in public office or in public service to be infallible. I don't expect them to be perfect. I do expect them to be honest, and I do expect them to uphold high standards. And I do expect them, when they've fallen so woefully short, to do the right thing and resign. And I am shocked he is still in post today. I would be surprised if he's still in post by the end of the day.
So that's Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, saying he's shocked that Craig Guilford is still in his post. That begs the question, doesn't it, Sam? Why hasn't he been sacked yet?
Yeah, it's a question I've been hearing a lot this morning, and social media is awash with that question too. It's quite simple, really. The Home Secretary isn't able to use any powers to get rid of the police chief, because that is down to the local police commissioner, Simon Foster, rather. He could remove Craig, but at this stage he's saying he's waiting for more reports to come out before making any final decision. That hasn't, though, stopped the government from pushing back. Yesterday, the Home Secretary announced she will reintroduce those powers. Here's what she said to the Commons yesterday.
When a Chief Constable is responsible for a damaging failure of leadership, the public rightly expect the Home Secretary to act, and I intend to restore their ability to do so. I can announce today that this government will soon reintroduce the Home Secretary's power to dismiss Chief Constables in light of significant or persistent failings.
So for now, Craig Guilford's job is definitely on the line at the minute. New reports still to come, the Home Secretary introducing those new powers. But right now, the story isn't quite over just yet.